Hello friends, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening wherever you are. It's a beautiful evening here, and welcome again to another beautiful day in Sophia Kamau's TV show. Today I'm going to talk about part 2 of the video that I talked about immigration to Canada, and the topic was, is the grass greener on the other side? So I left some people feeling this was a good advice I gave, or my observation was good. Some few people, I would say maybe 1%, felt like I was discouraging. My intentions were not to discourage anybody, but to get you well equipped with the information so you know, and so that you're well prepared when you move over to Canada. So today I'm going to continue with that part and give you a better way in how you can come to Canada, or better way you can prepare yourself coming to this country. So we were talking about the cost of living, and if you haven't watched, please go back, watch the first video first, and then move over to this one. And also, if you are still here and watching me without subscribing, please be kind, subscribe to my channel, and you can also watch my cooking videos. I've been doing a lot of cooking videos, and now I just rebranded my channel. We are going to have fun with a variety of shows, and also with my cooking. In fact, I should say the ugali cooking video, the ugali with measurements, is a leader. And the gasless beans, I did not know, like, people were struggling to make ugali. People were struggling with gas issues from eating the beans. I have good videos, and the very beginning videos up to, I made over 80 or 90 videos of cooking. Part 2 of this video, I'm going to talk to you again, not to discourage you, but again to make you well aware of the consequences if you're coming here without being prepared. So you have managed to sell off your stuff or leave your career and come to Canada. Then you end up here and you have nowhere to go. Maybe you're at the airport, maybe you're at a homeless shelter. So let's say someone has hosted you and they have said, okay, we can help you to get your footing. But then you don't know if you're going to get the job within that 6 months window, because you came with a visitor visa. So it's just 6 months, unless you're very lucky for some reason you're given for a year. You have to find a job, and God forbid you fall sick. You have no medical insurance, because I know most people travel thinking like, oh, I will go there, I'll get a job, I'll get a medical insurance. It doesn't come that easy. So you need to be prepared for that. I know for sure when you go to see a doctor just for consultation, if you're having a flu or you're not feeling very well, you go to see a doctor. Since you don't have medical insurance, just consultation alone is $120, $140. You will need extra money for tests, blood test, urine test, whatever test you need. Then you will also need for like exams like the x-ray or something like that. So that's extra cost to your host if they are willing to pay for you. And then if you keep staying there, they will start feeling the pinch that, oh, they need some help financially because life is not getting any easier. Then they want you to start contributing. Then you start finding jobs here and there under the table. Here someone pays you for cleaning their house, someone else pays you for babysitting. Maybe you cook a little thing and your host might say, you use my electricity, you need to pay me something little. Then you make that money, but you don't have a bank account because you are staying here just as a visitor. So you're not coming to stay permanent according to the government or the immigration. So you can't open a bank account. If you can't open a bank account, some people, I have had really bad cases that use your host's bank account. And people, this is where evil comes in. You put your money in someone's bank account, and then you are living in their house, eating their food, doing everything at their house. You know what? The evil things start kicking in, and they are short on their rent, or they are short on their grocery bill. Guess what? They can take your money from their account because you're putting your money in their account. They can use your money as much as they want. You will never take them anywhere. You cannot report them because you're not supposed to be working while you're a visitor. You can not do anything. And the stories I hear, man, it's really bad. But the best thing can be, if you have a relative and your relatives are good, maybe they can host you, they can bear the burden. We know as Africans, we love to help our families. So they might help you, they might persevere through all those struggles until your things turn well. So what if things don't turn well? This is what I say. Go back home, come back, and you will have a better chance of coming back to Canada. And because you have already a stamp showing you came and went back within the time frame you were given, you can come back again and try another chance. And this time, I guess you'll be smart because you'll start looking from back home. So the best thing I can tell you is you have to be very prepared. And there's this program called LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment. That is that you have to find an employer here in Canada who is willing to hire you and pay $1,000 processing fee for that document so that they can hire you. And they are taking a big risk. What if they incur those costs and then you cannot perform? They are liable because now they will have to pay fare for you or the ticket to go back to your country, because as they hire you, they are promising the Canadian government or the immigration that they will take care of you and make sure you don't go back to the government to ask for assistance. So the best thing I would tell those who are planning to come, before you come here and risk with the labor market impact assessment, try finding employer from when you are back in your home country, Kenya, let's say, because I'm talking mostly about the experience I've seen with my people. So when you're in Kenya, you can start applying for work when you're planning to come for a visit. Start applying for work, let your employer know that I'll be visiting Canada this date to this date. Then maybe if your resume is good enough, or the CV, they can schedule an appointment for interview and to see you. When they like you, they will hire you. That's easy, so you're not risking. If they don't hire you, then it's not their responsibility because they don't have to pay your fare to go back home. You came yourself, you will go back yourself. The risk is when they will hire you while you're in this country and you fail to perform, then the employer loses. And nobody wants to make losses in a business. Every business wants to make profits. So that's the risk. And another thing that why it is difficult for the labor market impact assessment to favor you while you are in Canada, the employer has to prove to the government or the migration that there is nobody in this whole of Canada that is qualified to work that job. There is nobody who is qualified to work that job. And the employer must have advertised that job in the government website for a certain number of months to prove that yes, it was there, nobody applied, or all the people who applied are not qualified, and this foreigner is more qualified than the Canadian residents to get this job. So things are like that. Be prepared, be ready, like to do your homework. Another way is if you had no time to apply, it's when you come to this country, be very, very aggressive. Make a lot of phone calls. The same day you land here, start applying for that job you are hoping to do. But it's not gonna be easy. It will be easier if you started making your research, like which company hire my talent. You have to also know the area you are going. They need people like you, or you can be hired. You can't just go somewhere and then maybe those kinds of workers are not being hired there. And there's a lot of jobs. There's a lot of jobs, like different kinds. But you have to go where you know there's opportunities there. So that's the thing I will say. And if you're lucky, you're lucky. You might be hired even without the labor market impact assessment process, which again, that's another thing. The process does not take like a day or two. It's like it takes some time. I have seen in the website, it's about 25 days for in-home domestic worker and up to 58 days for permanent residency, if that's what you are trying to. So there is a way, but you have to do it right. And I really wish my brothers and sisters all the best. We want you to come. We want you to come, but prepared. Because if you're not prepared, you are our burden too. We don't have time to go around looking for our brothers and sisters that, oh, we can set a meeting here to help them, or we can do this and that too. We don't have the time. So it will be in favor of both of us here in Canada and you coming here, that if you have done your research properly and if you are going to the places that will favor you with your talent, then things will be easy. I wish you all the best. I just can't express it. I am happy when I see Kenyans coming and thriving in this country. We are happy to have a community of happy people, but we don't want to be weighed down by sadness or more depression because our brothers and sisters are suffering. We suffer too. It's not like we don't care. We care, but make it easy for us and for yourself. Do your homework and it's gonna be easy for all of us. Until we see you again in another episode, bye.